Volleyball is upon us.
Yes, in August 1st.
Yeah. Volleyball's upon us, coach, and we already know Columbiana does volleyball. It seems like different. You guys always get great numbers out there, great competition. What is it looking like from your end with the girls participating? What do we got coming back this year, and who are we looking to be mainstays on this roster?
Yeah, we've got a lot of girls out. We've got 26 on the roster right now between freshmen to seniors. We lost a big senior class. We lost 6 of our seniors from last year: Tori Long, Julia Rapp, Liv Samil, Tommy Ross, Camille Zetner, and Kaylee Cranville. So that was a big loss to lose that experience and lose that talent, especially because some of them were 3 and 4 letter varsity winners. But we had a talented freshman class last year. So this year they'll be moving up as sophomores. So we're young, but a lot of them have at least a year of varsity experience. So we're going to kind of count on that, use what they learned from last year's seniors, and hopefully build upon that. We have 4 returning sophomore starters. We have Ellie Jackson. She was a setter last year. She'll probably run as a setter and outside hitter this year. She's gotten pretty strong in the front row. Ava Heinrichs, another sophomore. She played outside hitter and defense last year, so we're looking forward to having her on the lineup. Kelsey Cameron started as a freshman last year. She'll be our middle hitter. And then Cameron Perkins actually played right side hitter last year. We'll probably move her also, have her right side and set also, so we can run a 6-2. And then we have a couple other sophomores. Danica Hallis has been swinging pretty hard in the front row. Marin Hepler as a defensive specialist. And then we're bringing in junior Delaney Dixon. She'll probably run our libero defense this year. And then we have 2 seniors, Bradley Cassandra and Addie Zahn, that will also help lead the team. And 2 more juniors, Maria Malcolmson, Chloe Loveland. They're also part of our roster to just help us grow. So we got a big roster. It's great for practices because we have enough to scrimmage back and forth. And just, we work to make each other better. Compete all the time.
When I'm hearing you talk, and it seems like even with your returning starters, you're going to try to put people in new roles and try to get them to kind of expand on their volleyball skills and see how they can shine in different roles in the team. How has that summer been in trying to kind of put people in new roles? How have they handled the mentality of saying, hey, you were this to us last year, but you're going to be this to us this year? And of course, accepting those roles and understanding what they're going to be to the team this year.
I think a lot of them are excited to take on the role. We've had a busy summer with some camps. Unfortunately, never once have I had every single player together on the court. So I'm looking forward to our first game because I'm hopefully at that point we'll have everybody together. The group of girls, they're a great group of girls. They love the game of volleyball. A lot of them work in the off season. They play club in the off season. So they have worked in some of those positions. I think one of the biggest things that we need to do is learn to work beside each other because they are in new positions and they are playing with different people like next to them than they might not be used to. So for the most part, everybody's really taken on their role as a team. And we really talk about what your role is on the team and what you can do to help the team be successful. We got a great group of girls. They're always cheering each other on, always high-fiving. We talked to them the other day, they're good teammates. And it's great to have that in the gym, just to have, that going on.
I mentioned about the success Columbiana has. There's not too many years. I can only think of maybe a couple in the last 10 where you guys didn't win 10 games in a season. What is the secret to that? You mentioned how you graduated all the seniors this past season. How are you able to maintain that kind of level of success with these girls year in and year out, losing seniors like you do year after year?
I think we try to keep that competitiveness. We do a lot of competitive drills, and I know they're teammates, but they also compete against each other. Like I said, they really have a drive. We also work a lot with our middle school team. We've got about 26 girls out in the middle school, and our middle school coaches are really good at developing them. We try to run a freshman squad just to get them some more playing time. A lot of times they don't have a whole lot of freshman-only games because a lot of them move up and play JV as well. But we just try to get everybody on the court and try to develop people so that when it is time for them to jump into those roles, they're ready.
Because of that, you have a standard at Columbiana and a standard inside this program, and I think every girl that comes in understands it. How have you kind of seen this particular group embrace the standard of success and try to raise that bar and reach that bar in their work in the summer and their work in these next scrimmages and what they're doing to try to keep that standard high?
They come into the gym ready to work every single day. We've been pushing them pretty hard these last 4 days, and they haven't stopped. A lot of conditioning drills, a lot of running. It's hot in our gym. I know you know that if you've been in here. And, never once is anybody stopping. Like I said, they really push each other. And I think that that's kind of what we expect when you step into the gym. You always, when you're on the court, like you give it, that's your time to be on the court, be in those shoes and do what you need to do. So, like I said, they work really hard. And I think just that expectation that when you're in here, this is what we do.
Obviously, another great showing in the conference last year, came up just short of the conference crown, but Wellsville, obviously a very talented team. How do you see yourselves competing in this conference this year? Obviously, we know it's a tough EOAC. Where do you see yourself finishing in it?
I think it's going to be a real tough EOAC. They're always tough, and I always feel like that league game, when it's a league game, it always puts a little bit more pressure on everybody. But Wellsville, Southern, United, East Palestine, us, I really hope that we're at the top, obviously. But I think it's going to be competitive. I think the Wellsville matchup will be a real good one, like it always is. They have a great program down there. Southern, they always give us a big, strong game. Same thing with East Palestine and United. I hope we're at the top, but I think it's going to be a rough road to get there, which is good. We love competition, and, that makes us better playing against tough teams.
I'm looking at your schedule, and obviously everyone knows what the EOC has to bring, but you guys have built a little bit of a non-conference rivalry with McDonald the last couple of years. These matches have been really high competitiveness, and I think you've both taken a couple from each other, and you opened the season with McDonald. What's it like to have them twice on your schedule and to kind of build this non-conference rivalry with a team like that?
Yeah, they're tough. They've done a great job with their program. I know that they've only been around for volleyball for a couple years now. And they've just really built that program up so well. It is a rivalry, and it always ends up a battle. I think almost every match we've had in the last 2 years have gone 5 sets. We always seem to start off with them too. For some reason, we have our home opener with them. So we're definitely preparing for that. It's always on a Saturday too. We always play them on Saturdays. So that's a little bit of a struggle sometimes mentally and getting up in the morning, but that's one of our tough non-conference games that we're trying to prepare for and get ready for.
Obviously, we talked about the conference and just the season outlook. You can't control what other teams do successful-wise, so you can't naturally predict where you're going to finish conference. But what are the things that you can control that Columbiana needs to do right to see themselves atop of the EOAC?
I think what we're going to focus on this year is us playing offense as much as we can, trying to utilize some of our big hitters in the front row. Anytime we can get our opponents out of system and making them send a ball back that's not as hard driven, that we can continue to run the pace and run our offense and score points that way.
Coach, before we let you go, I want to give you the chance to highlight your coaching staff and the people that you have behind you. We know that head coaches get all the interviews, get all the limelight, but we know that you also have great people behind you that make this program great. So
I do.
want to give you a chance to highlight them.
Yes, I have a lot of people. So I have Coach Wilkinson and Coach Dangler up here at the high school with me. They were both with me for the last 2 years. Coach Wilkinson has been with me since I took over, and she's been in Columbiana volleyball for a while now. So we really appreciate all she brings to the game in terms of knowledge and things like that. Coach Peak and Coach Eisenbraun are our middle school coaches. And like I said, they do a great job of developing. They kind of know how we run things up here. Both of them are Columbiana alumni, so it's nice to have them because they know what's expected of Columbiana volleyball, and they really work hard to get them prepared to come into high school. And then Coach Mosier and Coach Rich, they both coached in the past. We're hoping to get them a little bit in the gym and just kind of getting them to help whenever they're able to.
Coach, we wish you the best of luck. We thank you so much for popping on to give us a little bit of preview. We look forward to covering your team all season, and we know that as the season goes on, we'll have you on again real soon.
Yes, and I want to thank you guys for always covering all different sports and a variety of sports. We really appreciate it, highlighting the local athletes, and you guys are just dedicated and passionate, and it really shows. So thank you for all you guys do too.
And we couldn't do it if you don't put on a good show for us.
All right.
We love you as well, Coach. Thank you.
Yep, have a good day.